Good morning, folks. It's Thursday. I'm Jack Fry. Thanks for listening to the Deep Fried Podcast. In today's sports, we'll talk about the NBA playoffs, the New England Patriots signing a new wide receiver veteran, the Steelers, and more. Thanks for listening. Well, on Tuesday, there were 3 games. They were all game 2 of their series in which the Raptors defeated the Magic 111-82. The Nuggets beat the Spurs 114-105, and the Blazers embarrassed the Thunder 114-94. In the Blazers game, CJ McCollum had 33 points, and Damian Lillard had 29. Russell Westbrook only had 14 points. On 5 of 20 shooting. Ouch. You know, before the game, I told my friend, Matt Finch, who was on the show before, to bet the farm on OKC. I heard some things on another radio show hosted by Colin Cowherd, and he was talking about betting everything on them because the Thunder were the favorites in the series, and they had to win tonight. Well, they have to win at least one road game because they are not the higher seed. So the Blazers have the home court advantage in this one. OKC had to win on the road somewhere. Game 2, after losing Game 1, probably would have been the most likely place. The odds were the Blazers by 1. So that's a really close betting line. My buddy told me, I don't think so. That's a little too tight, and I don't see that happening. So I was dead wrong on that. Good thing he didn't bet the farm. Why are the Thunder the favorites? Is it because they're the popular pick? I mean, the Blazers look like the better team, and Lillard looks like he's better than Westbrook all around. I know there was some choice words said in social media between Westbrook and Lillard, but Lillard let his game do the talking last night and the night before. Russell Westbrook tried to play hero ball, and we all know what happens when he does that. He loses. He can't put the team on his back. His style of basketball is just not working. He can't shoot. I mean, he needs to go into the off season and just go into a gym and then just shoot thousands and thousands of shots until he can actually make a 3 or make an outside jumper. Because right now, all he is a slasher. And the NBA these days, you have to be a shooter. On Tuesday night in the other games, we had the Nuggets beating the Spurs in Game 2, so that series is tied up 1-1. Jamal Murray had 21 points in the fourth quarter to win Game 2 from down 19. Still, I have the Spurs to win that series. They've gotten their one road win, so that all they have to do is win all their home games. So I still see the Spurs winning that series. Good job to the Nuggets for actually winning one at home. The third game on Tuesday was the Raptors and Magic, in which the Raptors finally showed up, and they looked really good. Kawhi Leonard was impressive. He had 37 points, and Lowry actually scored some points too. It was pretty close in the first half, but in the third quarter, the Raptors stole the game. So it was a pretty good game. I actually fell asleep during that game, and it was the first game of the night, which gets me to this. These late night games on the West Coast must be so hard for people on the East. The Warriors game is going to start at 7:30 Pacific because they're playing the Clippers, and that's just down the 101 to LA, or the I-5, depending on how fast you want to get there. 5's going to be quicker. I'm in Mountain Time, and these games are starting at 8:30. And for a person who has to wake up at 4 a.m. every day to get ready for work, I can't really watch these games. I could try to stay awake, but I'm just falling asleep. I'm falling asleep at 8:30, 9 p.m. I know, I'm old. But you just can't even watch these games anymore. I would like to see the NBA move the game up 1 hour so it's a 6:30 time on the West Coast. That would be very ideal for people in the media to be able to watch these games and report on them the next morning, especially for fans who actually have real jobs. How about that? That would be fantastic. I'll get to the rest of the games later, but breaking news is the New England Patriots have signed Demaryius Thomas. It looks like he's going to be getting a 1-year, $6 million incentive-laden contract, which means he has to perform in order to make all the money in that bill. He's 31 years old, in his 10th year in the league, and last December, he tore his Achilles. I don't see him really producing till mid to late season for them, which is probably ideal for them because they're going to cruise quite easily through the regular season. I heard somewhere that they have the most amount of rest in between games. Well, let's just make it even easier on the Patriots. How about we? Let's go, NFL. Let's make it more fair, especially for the teams like the Patriots who are consistently good every single year. So the Patriots had 33 wide receivers in and out of their roster between the 2018 draft and the Super Bowl this year. 33 wide receivers. Demaryius Thomas, he was great in Denver with Peyton Manning. Maybe he can be great in New England with Tom Brady. He's one of those guys who needs a good quarterback in order to perform. Maybe he just needs a Hall of Fame quarterback in order to perform. He didn't do much last year in Houston, and he hasn't done anything in Denver since Peyton Manning retired. When Peyton Manning retired, so did his numbers. I don't think he'll be that good, but maybe. The Steelers, do they have something to prove this year? Yeah. Antonio Brown's gone. Le'Veon Bell's gone. Ben Roethlisberger wants to show the world that he's not the problem. It was all those divas. And he actually decided to stop doing his Monday morning radio show, which I thought was a great idea because a lot of the stuff that was coming out in the media about him being immature and calling out teammates was from that show. So good job, Ben. I think you'll probably be a great player this year. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to have a huge season. Ben Roethlisberger should be a top 5 quarterback in this league. He's going to be really working hard to show the world that he is still top-notch, and he's not great because of those players. He's great because of himself. And every veteran showed up for OTAs. So they all have something to prove. I think they're going to back their quarterback and get it done. The other NBA games were last night, Wednesday, in which the Celtics beat the Pacers 99-91 to put them up 2-0 in that series. I could definitely see a sweep. Maybe the Pacers get one in Indiana. The Bucks destroyed the Pistons again, 120-99. That's definitely going to be a sweep. I don't see the Pistons winning any games, not even at home. God, the Bucks just look so good. And the Rockets defeated the Jazz 118-98, a 20-point win. I don't think the Jazz have any chance. They could win both games in Utah, but we'll see what happens. In the Celtics game, the Celtics were down by 12 points in the fourth quarter. And Mr. Smooth, Kyrie Irving, went off in this game. He had 37 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Gosh, he is just so good. And he took over. Closer to the end of the game, Jason Tatum hit a 3-pointer when they were down by 1 with less than a minute left. So they were up by 2, and the Pacers had the ball, and they just turned it over, and they turned it over. It's like the final minute of the game, and you're going to keep doing turnovers. You got to shore up your team. You got to tighten up during those moments. And the Pacers falling apart was not surprising, which is why they have been such underachievers. But they've gotten to the playoffs, and they had a good season. So give them credit for that. They're not going to get past the Celtics. And the Bucks are just in complete control. Once the Celtics beat the Pacers, and once the Bucks beat Pistons, they're going to be matched up against each other in the next round. It's going to be incredible. I cannot wait to watch that. I'm calling it the all-green gunfight between the Celtics and the Bucks. They're going to go round for round against each other, and it's just going to be amazing. I see that series probably going the full 7, which is good for the rest of the teams in the East, like the Sixers, who we'll see if they can actually get past Brooklyn. Of course, we'll see how the Raptors do against the Magic. Whoever wins in that series, I think the Raptors and the Sixers will probably go 7 as well, so the East is going to be just amazing this year. I still have the Sixers and the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, but I'm kind of thinking maybe the Raptors might beat the Sixers in that next round. And in the Houston game last night, the Rockets beat the Jazz 118-98. The Rockets are just running on all cylinders. Their bench is playing good. Eric Gordon went off to start the game. You know, Tucker is doing really, really well. I don't think they can be beat at all. Now, next round against the Warriors, that's going to be huge. That's probably going 7 games. I thought it might be like a 6-game series, but the Rockets look really good. And I think this year is their chance to get past the Warriors, at least before Chris Paul gets too old. I see the Rockets having a chance to beat the Warriors this year and ousting them from the playoffs. Harden is hitting all his shots. He doesn't look tired like he did last year, and their team is just incredible. So we'll see what happens. I really like what's going on this year on both sides. I have to say, it's been very entertaining so far. And this weekend, I hope to have my good friend Josh Fowler, who knows everything about the NBA, to talk all things NBA playoffs. Thanks for listening, folks. I really enjoyed having you in. Hopefully you like my new sound, and we will get to more sports this weekend. It's going to be great. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with your buddies. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and suggest some topics that you want me to talk about. I am happy to do so. I just want to make you guys happy in this day and age. Music has been provided by Ben Sounds. God, his sounds are incredible. I just love them. Thanks, Ben. Goodbye.